you do?
Okay, so the typical Jessee warranty is 1 year or 1 season of operation.
Yeah.
That's been the policy for over 50 years. And that is the warranty.
And what does it cover?
Everything.
Does everything?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you do following service contracts, or that's something you don't get into?
We really don't do that. We try to really train the operator on the other end. And that's one thing people have to understand. They have to understand it's not an automatic machine. They have to have someone on their staff who's mechanical, who would have the wherewithal to hear if a bearing is going bad.
Right.
Know how to track a belt.
Right.
If a company does not have someone who can change an electrical motor, service a bearing, check the rotation of a motor, they should not be in business.
Yeah, so you don't need, no, absolutely. I mean, it's not automatic. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And the beauty of what I see is you've designed it in a way that actually requires minimal expert, technician kind of.
Here's your typical aspirator. Okay. And I might even be able to send you home with a manual that can kind of explain all this. But okay, so this aspirator here is going to handle my small pieces. So my door here is going to be adjusted to only be high enough to let the small pieces go through.
Right.
I'm not going to touch this again. I'm not going to touch it again.
No, you're right.
Now over here, let's see, do we have it? Okay, so let's see. Okay, over here, I'm going to adjust, with that air door there, I'm adjusting how much suction I have. And the long and the short of it is that that venturi over there is ducted over to the other side of this.
Right.
That fan is going to pull so much air. If I open this air door here, that duct is going to pull air from that point instead of that point.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And so I'm adjusting my fan here, but the beauty of this is I'm adjusting this one. I'm not affecting that. I'm not affecting this.
Right.
Now there's some critical setup to that initially with the fan and with the air system. But once that's done, really forevermore they don't touch that. Their adjustment is just right here. Forevermore.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No, it's very straightforward.
It is very straightforward. These here are designed to take like a cookie tray, slide it in, pull it back, and then you can see what you're pulling out. So ideally, this here is a common shell conveyor.
Right.
So only shell is coming here. And ideally, what you do is you want to get the maximum amount of shell, so you will adjust this to where it's just starting to pull a few meats over. And you're going to sacrifice a few meats, a few, but at that point you know you're grabbing all the shell you can. And this is operator a judgment call. The operator may say, I don't want to lose one piece of meat. Well, that means he's going to have more shells.
He's going to have more shells over there. Yes.
Exactly. That's all it is. And that varies from operator to operator, management to management. What they want to do.
Do you have any equipment that deals with the shells, grind them and make stuff out of them? And
we do make a shell grinder. What we are finding, though, is that it seems the better way to handle that shell is at the end, like this one's going this way. And now here's an example. this line, this is where we stop our line, you might say. It's going to dump into a box, and
they have to deal with it.
They have to deal with it, or we can help them, but this is just a nice place to stop. It's like two different, a whole bunch of options can happen at this point.
Right.
But it seems like one of the options that is best is they make collection systems that you can suck that shell and take it up 100 or 200 or 300 feet away. So this is generally in the middle of your food plant, and you want to keep it as clean as possible. It might be in the middle of your building, so they can suck that shell up and send it to another building. Send it down where you want your garbage. And they're using blowers now that the shell goes through the blower, and in that pass it's somewhat crushed up.
Okay.
So we can make a crusher. We have them.
Right.
Falls into a box. Now you got to do something with the box.
Right.
So
I gotcha.
We kind of have to suck it out and make that part of your exhaust system.
What is if one placed an order, say, on Monday, how long does it take for the line
quote,
to be built and stuff?
The quote says 16 to 20 weeks.
16 to 20 weeks, okay.
And that's like 4 to 5 months. That works with us. We always have projects going.
Right.
You know.
And shipping is a couple of 2-3 weeks, or what's it?
Like chili, a good reference chili is 30 days on the water. 30
days, okay. All right, so that's about a month, and then installation on the other side, 2-3 weeks. Couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more. Once that ship hits the port, how long till that container can come out of customs?
Yes.
That's where you can eat up the time.
Once you install it, do you have like sign-off procedures, or where you say your equipment has met the requirements, you got the rest of your money, stuff like that? How does that work with you?
For 54 years, Jessee has always had 100% payment before it leaves our facility.
Before, okay.
Yes. We had one customer overseas that I allowed it to go out with a 10% retainer. They did not honor the contract, and it took us about 6 months to get our last. So we're really of the mindset to keep our historical arrangement and just have complete payment.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah. With today's technology, we can take pictures on a weekly basis. I do that. Here's your line. Here's where it is right now. Here's the stage, and then they see it done.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. How many equipments do you have in the field? Over the last, 54 years, have you kept track of them?
Thousands of pieces of equipment. The company started in the almond industry. So for about the first 20 years, it was primarily almonds, and then with the air separation, it got moved into walnuts, pecans, pistachios, hazelnut, with the air side. The cracking side of the business, the sizing decks, the crackers, that came about 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
With a couple of very talented men who came on our staff. They helped launch it into the shelling processing side. And then they started breaking into the pistachio market with stainless steel processing equipment.
Right.
So the shelling, these components over here on the shelling side, 20 years. The airlocks, 50 years.
Right.
The air systems, basically 50 years.
Right.
Now when it comes to the hulling line, for about 20 years, we've built the various pieces. We've built these conveyors, we've built the trash parader, we've built the float tank. The complete lines, where Jessee builds a complete line from start to finish, about 6 years on the hulling.
Yeah. Right.